Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Good evening. Welcome to another session of the Health Tech Unleashed podcast series. I'm your host, Makessa Bility, and today we have a very special episode dedicated to an often overlooked part of mental health awareness, which is the impact of our diet. And I'm honored today to be joined by one of the mental health advocates in Nigeria. She is Susan Dare. She is a nutritionist and mental health advocate, and she's here today to discuss dietary approaches to mental health with focus on practical solutions and insights for our African and Liberian audience. As we know, mental health challenges affect people across the world, and here in Africa, in Liberia, 1 in 5 person face mental health challenges like anxiety, depression, and also substance abuse. With a limited mental health resources, we often have to look at holistic ways of taking care of ourselves. So today, Miss Susan will help us to discuss how everyday food choices can support our mental awareness and what specific nutrients can boost our mood and resilience, and how we can adapt these insights into culturally relevant diets and local food rights in Liberia. So, if you are curious about how food can affect your mental health, from improving energy mood to building long-term mental health resilience, you are in the right place. So, this is our Health Tech Unleashed podcast series. So, if you are following up, please share our page with friends and colleagues. So, this knowledge can be a help to them to understand their mental health awareness and which nutrients can help boost their mood and improve their energies. So we are joined by, like I said, we are joined by Miss Dara, Susan Dara. So, Miss Susan, yeah, welcome to
Hi,
Health Tech.
Liberia. Good
Yeah,
evening.
highly welcome to Health Tech Unleashed podcast series. This is a platform that was created to discuss rural health issues and also mental health disorders, and how can we help our participants or people around the world to work on their mental well-being. So you are highly welcome to this platform, and we
Thank
want to hear from you uh, a few information about yourself. Uh, who is Miss Susan? So you just give you information about yourself. So we'll go strictly to after that we'll go strictly to the session. Thank you.
All
Welcome.
right. Thank you. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
All right. Good evening. Hi, Liberia. I am Susan Diary. First of all, thank you so much, Ms. Makessa Bility, for this opportunity. I am a healthy living consultant, a dental nurse, and one who is very keen and love to see Africans make better dietary decisions as well as mental health advocates. People, because I understand that people are who they are. I can do the things they ought and should do. So I am very, very about diets here in Africa, Nigeria. I help people make better dietary decisions. Yeah, so that's me.
I thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, especially from Nigeria. So we are here to get more information from you today, uh, to help us improve our health and also our mental well-being. So thank you for joining us. Miss Susan, could you tell us a bit about your educational background and how it led you to become your healthy living consultant and lesson designer?
All right. So I have been in the health sector for next year will make it 10 years. Yeah, since I, graduated from school. I schooled in Nigeria, Benin City Institute of Health Technology, where I read dental nursing, took courses on mental health, dietary health. And in my work, helping people in the last 4 years, I have helped over 5,000 people in their health and dietary journey. And I have seen how that people's dietary decisions, long term, short term, can affect their health, their mental health. I've seen people lose the quality of their lives because of their dietary decisions. So don't think that, oh, it's about what I eat. I ate this, I drank this. It's way more than that. What you eat, what you drink would affect your body short term and long term. So it's all of these things in my practice helping people make decisions when it comes to their health and seeing how that what people eat and drink and their lifestyle and how it has affected people across board, across different age groups. Because now I'm not talking about just young people across different age groups, how dietary choices can affect them. This was where the decision to, push more for health, especially around diets, because this is so key in how people would live their best lives in health. So if your diet is wrong, every other thing will be wrong. So from my experience, you know, as a nurse, helping people eat well, it has taught me that people need to make better decisions when it comes to their diet. It will affect the quality of their lives. Yeah.
All right, that was a great decision, especially when it comes to tertiary management. Most of the people, especially the Africans, we Africans who don't know much about tertiary management and what effect it has on us. So it was a great decision that you took to educate other people around Africa in the world at large. So that was a great one. So you are the founder of Healthy Diet Fit, a consulting company helping people achieve health goals across Africa. So, what motivated you to start this company, and what specific role has your training played in shaping its mission?
All right. So in almost 5 years, where I founded my company, we have helped over 5,000 people from health
Oh,
advocacy, dietary education, partnerships, outreaches, symposiums, seminars, trainings. Now, seeing how much diets can affect people was actually what bettered this company. And um, we have helped people, prepare meal plans. We do meal planning. We do help people lose weight. We help people gain weight. We help people who have health conditions like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high blood cholesterol, people who have different kinds of health conditions. We prepare meal plans for them. We do follow up. We do accountability and lifestyle change, exercising, fitness. So anything around health and diet is what we are specializing. And we also run new mom community. I have a new mom community of over 400 moms, where we also provide dietary consultation and lifestyle change for pregnant women and new moms. So in almost 5 years, we have gone across different age groups. I also do student outreaches, yeah, and this um, in October, between October and November, we have reached over 600 students. So we do a lot of dietary education across board. We help people make better decisions when it comes to their health. So for both the remote worker, for both the corporate worker, for the pregnant woman, for the one who is aged, for the children, for those who have health conditions, we are very committed to seeing you eat healthy because we know you can only achieve great things in health. And that's what the name of my company is, Healthy Dietary Fit, because great fit can only be achieved in healthy bodies. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Understanding the link between diet and mental health. So, someone will say, what diet got to do with mental health? So, can you share with us how dietary management impacts mental health?
Yes.
So,
So
what
there is
impact?
actually
Yeah.
Okay, so there's actually a connection between mental health and your diet. Now, we cannot remove the various facets of health when it comes to dietary decisions. It's like saying that, oh, the things I eat only affects my kidneys. No, it affects your heart, it affects your liver, it affects your brain. And your brain is a very major part of your body. And that is where that is where the mental health issues stem from. So the things you eat, we call it psychiatric nutrition. The connection between what diet and how it prevents, how it cures, and maintain mental disorders. So the food you eat doesn't just, you know, um, help you, grow muscles, be healthy. It also affects your brain function and functioning, how your brain responds to different emotions, you know, how today we live in a world where people are developing degenerative diseases, dementia, different diseases are popping up today, from brain issues. So if you don't eat well, your brain will suffer, and it will affect your mood, anxiety, depression, and all the negative emotions out there. So what you eat actually has a connection. So I'm going to list some things, from bipolar disorder to, all the various issues, depression, and all of them. So for schizophrenia, for example, lack of vitamin D can actually trigger that. So if you want to prevent some of these health issues, you have to invest in certain foods that contains the following things like vitamin D, vitamin B, B6, B9, B12, probiotics. So now it looks like, oh, it's just milk, but it's just yogurt. But this yogurt actually affects the functioning of your brain. It actually prevents, oxidative stress and other issues that has to do with the brain. Also, zinc, iron, omega-3 fatty acid. So these nutrients are so key in how your brain gets to function over time. And as you begin to age, it is important that you be also invest in these key nutrients because they actually control how your brain will function over time. So, for example, and also there are certain interventions that diet will play for these mental health issues, for schizophrenia, for anxiety, for bipolar disorder. Nutrients like omega-3 fatty acid, where you get them in your fish, your nuts, your seeds, your vegetables, some of your fruits. These things would help your brain function well because once there is a problem in how the brain is functioning, it will break down. For you know, you're battling depression. In fact, sometimes some sleep disorders are triggered by mental health issues. So what looks like just mental health, or it's just maybe mental problems, could also be triggered by different factors that are still linked back to your diet. So there is a very strong connection between the fruits you eat and how your brain gets to be enriched to function well. There is a connection between the vegetables you take, between what looks like, oh, I just took, fish, or I just took eggs. Those things actually work together to make sure your brain is in its optimal capacity and is functioning properly. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, in your experience as a dietary consultant, which nutrients or food are as uh, especially beneficial for emotional stability and mental health? Because you list there so many food. in some vitamins that are very beneficial to our mental health. So someone will ask if I have a stress, so which food should I eat, or which food I should not eat, or I have a anxiety, what food should I eat or not?
Okay. So for mental health issues like anxiety, for stress, foods that like vegetables, spinach, kale. Now, depending on what is available in your locality, channel your energies there. Fruits, berries, food that are very rich in antioxidants will actually help you when you're struggling with anxiety, sorry, depression, etc. So for all of these things, you want to avoid excessive sugar intake. Now, people don't understand that excessive sugar intake actually affects the functioning of the brain. Over time, people who consume refined sugar excessively are very predisposed and prone to very, very serious brain issues. So even with anxiety, with stress, I understand that okay, you may be very stressed. Sometimes you'll be like, can I just take a bottle of soda? Can I just drink this? Can I just drink that? A lot of times we advise hydration is a very key thing for mental health. And that's something I'm going to very emphasize a lot. Some of these anxiety issues you are having could be triggered by dehydration. You are not taking enough water. So one of the things that you may want to do more in managing mental health issues is stay hydrated a lot more. 2 to 3 liters of water every day will do the magic. Stay hydrated, reduce drastically your sugar intake, refined sugar from your junk, from sodas. You want to reduce how, because actually these sugars can cause inflammatory responses, including brain inflammation. And that's why you see anxiety, ADH, and all the plenty English when it comes to mental health and all of that. You also want to reduce your caffeine intake. Now, I understand that students sometimes you want to take caffeine to stay awake, to keep your eyes open. But what you don't know is that these things actually begin to interact with your sleep, actually interact with your hormones. So what looks like, oh, I'm just taking it to help myself. Now you are stuck so badly with mental health issues. So cut down on your caffeine intake, cut down on alcohol intake, and also those who take drugs, hard drugs. Those things too can trigger mental health disorders. From dependency to addiction. Sometimes, oh, I'm just stressed. You just take 1 or 2 weed. Those things damage your brain over time, and that's why we have a lot of people today who are mentally unstable. Sometimes it was just the weed, the alcohol, and all the many, many interesting things that they took that triggered those things. So eat fruit, eat vegetables, get good sleep. Get good
Uh,
sleep. You're heavily stressed. We cannot emphasize so much on good sleep. You are going 2 hours, 3 hours every day. Before you know, you would be mentally unstable from lack of concentration to the instant headaches and many things that lack of sleep can trigger. That's another talk of its own. So you can't go so long with very poor sleeping habit. Those things will trigger mental health issues. Yeah.
okay, that was great. The question is, you talk about maybe if you are taking more sugar, drinking coffee, or if you alcohol can increase mental health disorder. So what can you tell those people that are in this habit of helping themselves? For me, if I'm still high, mostly I use this coffee at night to help myself to steady. So what can you tell people out there when they stop this, which food for them to eat to help them?
All right. So for example, maybe you have work, you have to do throughout the night. Now, I'm not saying that you can't take coffee, but you have to cut it down drastically. It can't be every day, So all those self helps, coffee, sodas, just to keep yourself awake, will give you issues. So a lot of times, get healthy alternatives. It could be healthy snacks like popcorn. Like yes, popcorn. Chew on fruits. So if you have work to do, instead of taking coffee, that will keep your eyes open for a very long time. Because a lot of times, when you get so addicted to coffee, you may develop full blown insomnia. And insomnia has been linked to depression, has been linked to anxiety, has been linked to a lot of mental health issues. So munch on fruits. You can get cucumbers, you can get bananas, you can get watermelons, grapes. Just put them by your side as you work. That works more. Get water by your side. It's healthier that way than to continue the habit of constantly taking coffee. That in itself will put you in trouble. So over time, you can develop full-blown insomnia. So what looks like, your way of staying awake will now keep you awake perpetually. That it will now be very hard for you to sleep. Now you sleep for like an hour or two. By morning, the headaches are coming continuously, and those things will affect you. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that. From here, I will start to practice that, and those listening too, they will go by that. So, thank you for that brilliant answer. So, from your introduction, from your company in your profile, you've been supporting pregnant women when it
Yeah.
comes to their mental health and also their dietary management, which is very important. And the education is very limited, especially in our setting. So, how important is nutrition for mental health during this stage, especially when you are pregnant? So, what specific food do you recommend for new mothers and also for pregnant women to improve their mental well-being?
All right. Now, pregnancy and postpartum can be very stressful. I am a mom, I have a son, so I understand firsthand how this can be. You know, Pregnancy takes a very large toll on your mental health. Postpartum is even worse. When you're dealing with now the child is here, lack of sleep. From one of the things that actually, make these women struggle mentally, lack of sleep rather, stress. Baby is depending on you. For those that are pregnant, you can barely sleep. You are having lightning crutch. You are having this issue. You are having morning sickness. I mean, at different points, different things are popping up that can affect your mental health. And that's why we always tell pregnant women, you don't need coffee in pregnancy. Nobody will advise you to take coffee in pregnancy or take
Okay.
even as a new mom, you can't. There's none of them that nobody will advise you to take that. You can't even take even excessive soda intake. In pregnancy is actually risky for your baby, as it can cause for you can cause a lot of issues like diabetes in pregnancy and even postpartum. For those that are breastfeeding, if you take too much sugar, and it can affect your baby. Baby is restless and all of that. So for mental health for pregnant women and for nursing mothers, we encourage that they eat well. Eat well. One of the reasons why it looks like you are depending on other things because you are not eating enough. Eat well, both as a pregnant woman and also as a nursing mother. Eat healthy, whole, rich foods, vegetables, fruits, lean meats, from your turkey to your fish to your eggs to your proteins like beans. Eat healthy. Your berries, your fruits, eat healthy. Whole foods will keep you fuller, will help your brain because at that stage, the pregnant woman is just at the mercy of our hormones. Now, adding all these other things like caffeine and the likes would actually trigger these negative emotions even much more. So eat healthy, get rest. There is a very strong connection between eating healthy, staying hydrated, and getting love rest. It would help to stabilize your hormones, but eat healthy. Eat lots of proteins. It will help your brain. Food that are rich in antioxidants will help your brain. It will prevent all the old inflammation process that happen in pregnancy. You'll be healthier that way. Yeah.
If you are just joining on, this is a Health Tech Only podcast series, and the topic for today is dietary approaches to improving mental health. And our guest is Miss Susan Tarrant. She's a dietary consultant, also a nurse. So welcome and also share our page with all those people that they can be empowered to. So back to you, Miss Susan. So for working professionals under pressure, so what dietary advice can you provide to boost their mental resilience and also productivity?
Oh, beautiful. So for professionals who you could either be a remote worker or a corporate person or corporate worker. I would advise that
Yes,
every
everyone, because
yes. So daily,
yes,
ensure you take a glass of milk every day. It will help to boost your brain function. One of the things that come with professionals is that you are constantly working on one spot, or reading through your laptop, your phone. There's a lot of mental stress that goes into that. You see, mental stress a lot of times is even more stronger than physical stress. People can easily shut down from mental stress. So ensure you take a glass of milk. Invest in probiotics yogurt, especially unsweetened yogurt. Now, I did not say ice cream. I said yogurt, especially unsweetened yogurt. It will help you. Invest in a lot of lean meat. You may want to maybe switch from just taking only beef to eating more fish, eating more turkey, eating more chicken. Those things will help your mental health more. Then also have fruit bites by your side. So while you're walking, you're munching on cucumbers. While you're walking, you're munching on watermelons. Those things would help you as a professional who is heavily invested as you work, so that you don't overexert yourself as you work. So those things
sure.
would help to relax your mind and also take breaks. You see, one
I
of the
have
things that
one
happens
already.
a lot, beautiful, beautiful. That's so beautiful. So one of the things I also
Yeah,
noticed too as professionals is that we can be very heavily invested in our work, that we do not consider the fact that we are not robots. So we are
sure.
working non-stop, we don't take breaks, you know, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, you are on that working table. You are eating on that spot. You are doing everything on that spot. Before you know, your legs will start getting swollen. I don't know if you have noticed that sometimes when you sit for long, your legs actually get swollen. A lot of fluid, go down to your lower extremities, and it can be very dangerous. You understand? So ensure
Sure.
that you take breaks. It could be every 10 minutes or every 20 minutes or every 30 minutes. Stretch your legs, stretch your body. You could if it's possible as a remote worker, you can take a nap. It could just be like a 30, especially if you have control of your time. If you don't work in a corporate space, you can just take, if it's a 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes nap. That works perfectly. It's so 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 important that you value your rest time and your sleep time too. Don't work. You work from morning, from 7 a.m. to like 4 a.m. in the morning, then you take sleep again by 6 a.m. again. You are up. 2 hours sleep is not enough for your brain to rest. One of the things that sleep does is that it actually helps your body to refuel itself and repair itself. So when you don't get enough sleep, you don't eat enough, you're just on that. And most times on the work table, what people have available is junk. So they just eat one pie, one pizza, drink the ice cream because they are working, they are just consuming soda non-stop. Those things will affect your mental health in the long run. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Miss Susan. So, could you share a memorable success story with Tatari Ginger, especially when it comes to improvement of the clients that you have been meeting?
Oh yes, I have such stories of people whose lives have changed from better dietary decisions when it comes to their health. And then one particular one was around sleep. When people tell me, oh, I had a particular client like that, well, Susan, I'm not sleeping well. I don't know what the problem is, and we had to work on that. And one of the things that we had to adjust is that, so let me say this, one of the reasons why some of you are actually struggling with sleep issues is that you eat too close to bedtime. So we tell people eat your dinner 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, but you are eating your dinner 30 minutes to bedtime. So obviously that in itself is going to affect your sleep. And when your sleep is distorted, it's going to affect your brain because you'll be stressed. And when that happens, you start battling with anxiety, battling with all kinds of things. So for the particular time that I actually also had a training where I actually helped, I think there were about almost 50 of them, you know, to sleep well. So they've been struggling with sleep. I just treat that. Okay, if you know that you're currently struggling with sleep and you want me to hold you accountable to about 7 to 9 hours daily, please join my group. So about 50 of them showed up, in that community, and every day they get to submit reports, of when they slept and when they woke up. And I can tell you, in we did that for about 2 weeks. The result was amazing. I mean, the mental improvement, those who said, okay, Susan, I've not been sleeping well, began to sleep well. Those who were struggling with all kinds of mental health issues, there was drastic improvement just by correcting when they eat and when they sleep. So once you can control when you take your dinner, what you take for dinner, those two things are very important. What you eat before dinner and when you take your dinner will affect your sleep. If I can even affect your entire day. It's your dinner, your lunch, your breakfast. The things you eat can actually get you agitated or get you calm. For example, you have an interview section today, for example, and you ate something that makes you purge. Hope you know that it will already give you anxiety. Already you are anxious that, hope I won't start purging when it's time for my presentation. And that can get you distorted. So the things you eat, and that's why I tell people, you need to begin to pay attention to the foods and how your body responds to this food. So if you notice that this food makes me purge, there are food that makes people drowsy. I usually ask that question: what food actually makes you drowsy? Once you know it, you know that this is not a food to eat when you have important events. What food makes you feel heavy? What food makes you feel tired? You need to know those meals, as it can help you to make better decisions when it comes to your health. So you know that, oh, when I eat this, every time I eat this meal, I get tired, I get drowsy, I get, clumsy. There are foods you eat and you just feel like your whole world is going on. So those are things to pay attention to. Yeah.
All right, so you have collaborated with NGOs for dietary awareness campaigns across Africa. So, what
Yeah.
impact have these partnerships had on public awareness of diets and mental health?
Yes. One of the major impacts that these have had people is that people are making better dietary decisions as regards their mental health. And that's something I am personally so happy about. Seeing people say, "Oh, Susan, when I following the things that you taught about, diet as it relates to mental health, as it relates to my physical well-being, I'm seeing a lot of changes in my body. I'm seeing a lot of changes in my health. I'm getting better at this. I'm sleeping well. I'm less agitated. I'm making better decisions. I'm less depressed." Those things are, you know, it's everything that will make anybody feel good. Seeing that people are changing their diet, people are changing their mentality. Because one of the things that I've had to struggle with personally in helping people stay healthy is that our age-long beliefs. Oh, our father did this, our mothers did this, nothing happened. I know one auntie, one uncle, changing those beliefs in people and making them see that the things you do have both short-term and long-term effects on your health. So seeing that across board, as I work with different groups, different organizations, and different people, seeing how much that diet have helped people is a lot to be happy about. Yeah.
That's great. For our audience who may just be starting to explore the link between diet and mental health, so what small actionable changes would you recommend to them to improve their mental health, especially when it comes to diet management?
Oh, beautiful. So first thing first, ensure you improve your hydration. I said that before and I'm going to say it again. Please, you can get calibrated bottles to help you. So for example, if you use a 50 cl bottle, you can take 5 to 6 of that every day. If you use a 60 cl bottle, you can take 5 to 6 too. If you use a 75 cl bottle, you can take 4 of that. Now, because the idea is that daily hydration actually help your brain. That is the first place. If Because a lot of times we confuse hunger and thirst together because they have similar symptoms. And one of them is headaches, looks like you're struggling, lack of concentration. Hydration will help you. So start with the basics. Stay hydrated daily. Sorry. And then
That's
secondly,
that's
get daily fruit intake. Set reminders every day. Eat fruit. You can have one, like you said, you have orange by your side. It could be that could be a goal. Maybe an apple daily, orange daily, berries daily. Ensure you take fruits every day. Increase your vegetable intake. Ensure that your meals, your stews, your soups, don't just eat rice like that. Ensure that it has lots and lots of vegetables. I said that earlier and I'm going to say it again. Take milk every day. I'm very particular about whole milk. Take milk daily. It will help your brain. Unsweetened yogurt. So just like with the basic, eat healthy. You want to invest in nuts. You want to invest in good fish. Eat good fish. Those are just very basic things that you can do. And then please, 7 to 9 hours of sleep every day. You either augment it in the day and most especially in the night. If you are not sleeping well, you will suffer greatly in your mental health. So these are just basic things that you can start with. Yeah.
Eat healthy is very, very important. It is important for your physical health, your mental health. So it is important that we eat healthy, we know which food to eat and when to eat. So it is
Yeah.
important that we understand these patterns to help ourselves. So as a successful health consultant, what advice will you give to those interested in a similar career, especially in Africa? Nutritionalists want to be a consultant in health. So what advice will you give them?
Okay, those who want to be health consultants too, you have to get your certifications. So it's not just something that you a lot of grateful for a lot of online schools right now. A lot of online schools right now that offer health and dietary, education. Learn about it. You have to be certified. One thing I tell people is that health issues are very complicated and dicey. So it's not something that you just wake up one morning and just start doing. You need to be very updated because every day things are changing. What we tell you last year may come today and tell you
Sure.
that, oh, we did a little research, things have changed. So you have to stay updated in knowledge. If you're going to be consulting for people when it comes to their health, you have to be updated regularly with the right knowledge. So ensuring that you are regularly updated, get your certifications right, learn daily, the new improvements when it comes to health, be open to learning. The health sector is a sector of continuous learning. New things are popping every day. New sicknesses are coming up. So we need to find solutions. So you see that we have to get updated when it comes to our knowledge of health and diet. So if you want to be a consultant, please get your certifications right before you begin to dish out knowledge. Yeah.
Again, if you are just joining us, this is Health Tech Unleashed podcast series. It is powered by Health Tech Liberia. So Health Tech Liberia is an organization promoting health, especially through technology and entrepreneurship. And we are here discussing data management and what link it has to do with our mental health being. We are also live on YouTube, on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. So wherever you are, you can follow us and also share our page with your friends so they can understand and how they can manage their eating habit to help their mental well-being. You are also listening to Miss Susan Darren. She's from Nigeria. She's a data consultant. She also has an organization and she has empowered more than 5,000 people around Africa. So to conclude, what would you say a single most important message for our audience before leaving when it comes to the role of diet in mental health? So, what is your final word for us, Miss Susan?
All right. So my final word is this. You see, your health controls how much you will be successful in your life. The great things you want to do is largely affected by your health, both mentally and physically. So if you are not in the optimal state when it comes to your health and in your mind, a lot of the things you want to do would suffer. So don't treat the things you heard today as another health advice. We're telling you things that will make you do the big things you want to do. Because someone who has a mental health issue will struggle greatly to achieve great things. So take care of your health, prioritize your mental health, prioritize the things you absorb into yourself, information you take in. Protect your mind by all means, because once it touches your mind, and trust me, one of the interesting things is that something can be going, your mental health can actually affect your physical health. So what looks
Sure.
like anxiety, before you know you are having headaches, there's a connection. What looks like depression, before you know you are feeling sick, there is a connection. So everything works simultaneously and they work hand in hand. So protect your mental health. Ensure that you are eating well, you are sleeping well, you are adopting the right practices and lifestyle, and you are most importantly taking care of yourself. Because all the great things you want to do in your life is controlled by the state of your health. And take care of yourself. Thank you.
Manage your diet to improve your mental health being or mental health is real. It's not our public health issues that we all need to look at it keenly and also understand why factors lead to mental health problem. So thank you, Miss Susan Tarrant. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you for another session. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
knowledge with us today. We really appreciate you.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you all for joining us. So that ends today's edition. So we'll be live next week again with another fascinating topic. So that will be discussing reproductive health informed planning. So please join us live. Which also have a link for our audience to join us. So thank you all for joining us today. Bye.